So my name's Mark Forshaw. So I'm based here in Melbourne. I work at a SaaS company, a startup, run a SaaS company. My background's really in development, so I guess I'm a little bit of an outsider here. I've focused a bit on, tried to focus a bit on tech writing, but not to too much success. So I really came here to learn about how to get our user docs looking better, and I think I've got a lot of stuff to take back. And a couple of weeks, hopefully they'll be looking much better. So thanks to the speakers for that. So I started speaking to people yesterday about what we do, and I think it was really fascinating because I think there might be something that Hive Hub, the platform that we run, can help with documentarians as well. So our SaaS product is basically about documenting software, so applications, the integrations that move data between applications and the processes that sort of run across everything. So I guess we're sort of an architecture tool in a way, and really lots of people we think need to know about this stuff. So not just engineers that need to know about supporting it or changing the applications, but people all the way up to the CEO. They're spending tens, hundreds of millions of dollars on software every year. They have really no concept of what they're investing into over time. So we believe that really the industry as a whole, when it comes to documenting software, has a bit of a indexing challenge. How do we store this stuff? And so we might spend thousands and thousands of hours detailing the technical information about software, and then say we change the name of the application, another project comes up. How do we then find the project documentation when no one remembers what that application was called 5 years ago? Maybe it's an old version of SharePoint, maybe it's the name's a date, like we saw yesterday. So it's really challenging to go and find that. We end up being a bit like archaeologists trying to find all this old documentation and try and work out what needs to be done. So the sort of conversations I had with a few people, I'm starting to think that the software mapping, which is what we do at Hive, can also help in this area as well. So what you're looking at the moment is a software map. So it's really like Google Maps, but for software. And this is what it looks like. So the big continents or islands are the business units that own the applications. And so just like Google Maps, we can zoom in and see more information about them. The little cities or towns are the applications, and then the lines, which are on a hex grid, just like a public transport map is. If you look at the London Underground, started with it, and we use it for the trams and the trains here as well. They are the integrations that move data between the applications. And so the whole idea is to help people understand this, but I guess the side impact is that we can also possibly help, and come and have a chat to me later if you think this would be useful. We could also link some of the documentation to this map so that it's not sitting in a SharePoint where we can't find it. We can attach it to the different bits of the map that make up the business. And so this is sort of what we do. You can click on applications, you can see high-level information about it. There was another great term yesterday in the speech about minimal viable documentation. And I guess that's sort of how we're thinking as well. Can we just have a really nice high-level view of this that isn't like a lot of architectural tools that is really too detailed for anyone to understand, and really try and just get that minimum amount of indexing required so we can hook stuff into that, whether it's the SME that knows more about it or possibly some documentation. Cool, that's it. Thank you.